Hello, I'm Bonnie from Stampin' Up, and I'm here to show you my new body. All right, I'm just kidding. I'm here to show you our new punch body style. I've always loved our Stampin' Up punches. Their quality is flawless, their price is reasonable, and they make it so easy to add interesting layers to a project. You'll be happy to know that the new body style brings that same quality at a great price with additional benefits. One of those benefits is that with these new punches, there's a larger cutting surface, making it possible to offer larger punch designs like the 2 3/8 scallop circle punch. Let me show you. This is the new punch body style, and here's our old punch body style. You can see when I turn these over, the radius, the cutting radius is dramatically different, okay? So look at the different size scallops that we got out of those. Isn't it exciting to think about all of the great things that we're going to be able to do with this larger design? Now, another great benefit is storage. Our punches can store flat or standing on edge, so you can conserve space. The raised circle on the top of the punch is meant to help with the stacking of the punches. And the punch label helps you easily identify the punch you want to use. I'm just going to stack this one on top of this one and show you. It kind of locks in place when it locks on top of there, kind of like those dishes that you can buy. Okay. Now the new punch style offers greater cutting precision and better punching leverage. The old punches were thumb punches. Remember this good old one? Okay. So you can see I do everything with my thumb. Well, with the new style, it's best to use your whole hand when punching. These new punches work better if you set them flat on a table and then punch with direct downward pressure. Let me just do an illustration of that. Okay, there's my design. And I'm just going to put it flat on the table and go like that, and you can see my punched image. Okay. Now I know you're thinking, wait a minute, I want to punch out some of the things I've stamped. That's not a big deal. Pretend like this is stamped beautifully. All you're going to do when you turn that over, it's still flat, okay? I had to number my punches because I have so many, so just ignore the number 7, okay? And then all I'm going to do is just punch down again, so I can line that up with any stamped image I have. When you use a brand new punch, there may be some oily residue on your paper, but it'll go away after a few punches. You may want to punch some scrap cardstock to begin anytime you're using the new punch, just to make sure you don't ruin any of your projects. Now you've noticed a couple of times that I have locked and unlocked this. This is the locking mechanism. When you're locking, it's best to squeeze it shut and then pull that locking mechanism up. When you open it, again, it's best to squeeze it shut, slide that down, and then open. That'll make sure your locking mechanism stays healthy for a long time. Guess it's like your husband. You want to make sure he's still around after a while, okay? Let's move on. I want to show you this new double punch, which can produce score lines. Now, when you're using this one, you may have to press a little bit harder. Let me show you, though. It's worth the effort. Didn't your mom always tell you when you worked harder, it was worth the effort? What it's going to do is cut out the outside and then score those inside lines. So again, I'm going to press downward, and I'm going to continue pressing to get the score lines nice and deep. I'll pull that out, and you can see that I've got a piece here with score lines already done for me. It's going to be so much fun to see that tiny envelope, to see what kinds of things you create with these. I can't wait. I'm so excited to see it. Now, one thing I need to point out, you're not going to be able to see through the bottom of the double punches as you do with a regular punch. It's because the first punch piece needs to be held in place while the second cutting or scoring mechanism completes the action. Double punch doesn't mean you have to punch twice. It means the punch does twice as much. Let's move on to border and corner punches. Move those out of the way, move these stars up here. Okay, when using a border punch, it's best to start in the middle of your paper. Let me unlock this. Take out my little piece of paper there. It's best to start in the middle of your paper and make sure that you put your paper all the way against the back. Okay, so just line it right up. There's a ridge there. Put it in the middle, press down, and then you're going to line that up, just following the foil on the side. It's important to make sure that the paper always butts right up against that. Plus, it's fun to say the word butts, isn't it? Especially if you're demonstrating for kids. Okay, so what I'm doing is just looking at the foil lines here. I'm going to press down, and you can see that I've got the continuous design going. Okay, same thing, I can just go on this side. I'm going to line it up here with my foil, or maybe not, depending on how cooperative it is. Press down, and I'll just continue on with that design. I want to point out that that's beautiful all by itself. Okay, look, if you layered that on top of something else, look at that, how that stands out. Now, I'll show you how to use these together in a second. Ooh, confetti, it's a party. Okay, let's move on. These corner punches incorporate the new corner adorner design from our manufacturer. It's going to be fun for you to say corner adorner in your workshops. And these can be used on the folded corner of a card as well as on the regular corners along the outside of a piece of cardstock. Let me show you on this card. This one's folded, so I'm actually going to insert a corner design into one of my folded corners. Now this time you do have to have it upside down so that you can line that up. I'm going to punch this right through. I'm going to line this up along here. I'm going to set that down, press with my whole hand. Oh, and I locked it. Sometimes I do that. And you can see that you've got, I didn't really move that right along the top. That's not very pretty, Bonnie. You'll do a more professional job than that, right? But what's nice is that way you have a really cute design in the corner. You can layer a piece of cardstock or designer series paper behind it and have some really cute designs. I want to show you a trick. When you use these, okay, the trick is to get rid of that. When you use these, sometimes it's easy for that paper to slip clear up in. And then you're not going to get a corner design. You're going to get a design in the middle of your paper. You want to make sure that it catches on the guides here. If you use your thumb and kind of press it so that it bows a little bit, it'll actually catch. See, catches right there. I'm going to set that down. You don't have to set it down, I just like to. And that helps you get right in the corner of your paper, okay? All right, now when using the border and corner punches together, you should practice first to get the feel of it. I promise. It takes some time to get the hang of using them together, but if you practice, it's going to get easier for you. So we're going to start with this one, because when you want to make a border all the way around the piece of cardstock, you always need to start with the corner, okay? So start with the corner done. And now I'm going to line this up, and right here in the corner I can look at my foil edges and line that right up with that and stamp my border. I could turn that over too if I wanted to. Notice how I have a little piece of paper here? It's important that you get your paper trimmer and actually trim that off before you continue with the border punch, or if you want to round the corner there, that you continue with the corner punch. So as you round the corner, trim that paper off the edge before you continue. Now the neat thing about our corner and border punches is that while some were designed to work together to complete a full design around the project, both those punches can be used alone. We're excited to be able to offer you even more benefits with these great punches. See your demonstrator for more information about buying and using them. Happy punching!